not? Start watching again.
Yay!
That'll
That
work better.
was anticlimactic.
You know what? It's that little Macintosh must have crashed.
That's
or something.
weird. I don't know why it would.
Very strange.
Our little
It
dedicated
did freeze
Mac.
when the computer showed up. So
Yeah,
it, was a little
it
strange.
totally froze on us. That's weird.
We got a few people back on, so hey, if you're watching us, leave a comment, leave a question.
Sorry,
let's
we're back.
Try again. Let's
Josh
try
from Brown Dog
again.
Gadgets. We totally had a blowout from the earlier
We had
EA
that technical
streaming.
difficulties thing with the guy with the ladder and the cables around his leg tripping, and yeah, that one.
Okay, well let's go back to this project, Pete.
All right.
Let's go to the overhead, then we'll go to the close-up.
Overhead.
Let's try it again.
Oh.
Pete made this fun project. Pete, tell us about this fun project you made.
So we have all these robot buddies. Where are they? On the shelf. Anyway,
Yeah, they're on
these
the
little
shelf.
things you cut up and you print and you cut and you score and you fold and you build a circuit inside of it, and then there's a little switch that you put in and it turns it on. It moves around. Some of them have an LED. They light up. This one we put an LED on there because it's a little computer. It's a power light. And the key switch on there is a floppy disk right in the front. Thought that would be fun. It can go
it's
that
vibrating
way.
itself apart if I put it that way. This
I
needs
didn't put any tape on it. It was in a
Oh
hurry
yeah,
to-
this is all.
to
This is
build that.
you did a no glue one.
Little piece of tape.
Here, let's
there.
look at the detail which Pete did this. We'll go to the close-up camera, which we were going to do before we went to
Close-up
that.
camera.
Let me put this down
Little
right here.
floppy disk,
This is
yeah.
the on and off switch Pete made. It's a little. Don't copy that floppy.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bright
little
there.
hard to see. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Yeah, little floppy disk.
Don't copy that floppy.
Yeah, and then you put it in the floppy disk drive. Kids don't know what those are nowadays, but in the old days, before the cloud and thumb drives, we had floppy disks.
So,
Yeah,
doesn't work.
Very bright.
It's too close. We should
And
probably
then
switch away from the
The
close-up.
back has on the side has the vents.
We're on the
Oh
close-up.
yeah, let's go to overhead.
You're the one in
Sorry.
charge of the camera. There's a
I'm
close-up.
so excited. The side has little vents, just like the.
Yeah, you
and
did
then
nice.
the back has a couple ports and a little handle.
Is there a SCSI port on here?
Oh, down at the bottom. Yeah. There's a SCSI on
But
there.
an
ADB.
Yeah.
Apple Desktop Bus is on there. You know it.
Oh yeah. Do we got Apple Talk?
So
An Apple Talk
probably
port?
an Apple Talk on there.
Oh, I'm running through all the ports I know from classic
Maybe like
Macs.
a headphone port on there, which you can't get nowadays, I guess. But
Yeah, they're on a Mac Mini. That's
Ooh.
probably what cancels
Oh,
things.
thank
Sorry, Cat
goodness.
Science Club.
okay, Cat's back.
Yeah,
Well,
we
thank goodness. Sorry about
our
that.
computer for the computer we had, our dedicated computer for this one task,
Our
which
Mac
only
and
has
Macintosh
like
computer.
2 pieces of software on it.
Yeah, it happens.
It's because I
month or
replaced
two.
the RAM on it. I avoided the warranty. Now
yeah, you did
Apple
avoid
is
the
angry that I
warranty.
did not pay the Apple tax
Anyway,
for more RAM.
glad that we're back.
We're back.
Anyway,
so
I
we got
worked on it.
this.
So that's up on the webs. You know where it is?
Now, you could do this
on
with or
gadgets.com.
without an LED on it.
Yes, so it mentions that the LED is optional. We use a 3mm. Those are harder to get than 5, but you can leave it out if you want. It's fine.
Yeah, 3 or 5. I mean, 3 looks a little nicer on here. I mean, you can. I suggest we threw this on here because I always like a little light with the vibrations. It's just something
Totally.
extra. And if you have 3mm LEDs, and these are just, I hate using these because they're so small.
Yeah.
Like you get them, and like, what are you gonna do with these little tiny LEDs? They're hard for kids to use.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of projects you can really use them with unless you need a very small thing. And this is that weird exception. Like, this is the first time I've broken up my 3mm LED drawer.
Yeah, it just fits.
in
It's
years.
great. Every now and then I swallow one because they're so tiny. I just don't even.
That explains a
Yeah.
lot. I think it was that an episode of House where he had like, oh no, there's an LED in this man.
I don't know that. I don't
They like
know
it's
that.
lupus, but no, it wasn't lupus.
Okay.
Anyway, it's never lupus.
a
Watched a lot of
diode.
House lately. Anyway,
Diode.
diodes. So this is up on the website.
Yeah.
I'm glad Pete. What kind of Mac would this be? What model would this be?
Well, I looked up like the original. I started with an illustration I found of like just the front, the original, whatever it was, the Macintosh. It's a little messy
Oh.
inside.
Yeah, here it is. Here's the inside. There's no tape.
This is the version before I printed added the LED. So
Yeah, it's a little messy, but the diagram looks
in a
nicer.
hurry. Yeah,
this
it
is
is
just
in a
we're like,
hurry.
oh, we should add an LED in there too. Like, okay, well,
Yeah.
we're not gonna make a new one. We just
right.
this is up on our website.
So I may add a tip because the LED leg is kind of long, so like you may have to bend it over or cut it. So, but
Yeah,
it works.
and this is just all done. Like, this is all just pressure fit together here,
Yeah, I didn't tape it shut or anything. So
which actually works surprisingly well. Although it was vibrating itself apart,
It does.
like a little tape or something. Like our robot buddies
Just
are put
like
together
a real
so that
computer.
there's like one piece of tape can hold it all together on the bottom, so it's
Yeah.
easy on and off.
Yeah.
This is a little more. It's not complicated, but you definitely want to cut this out or use some like heavier cardstock on this.
Sure.
This is like nice thick paper like we use in all of our printing we do for
Yeah.
demos. But it's good. It works well. So there's that little dude.
Okay.
So the last thing we're going to talk about today, because we're talking about 3 things, and then we're going to.
I have another thing too.
What? Okay, what's the 4th thing?
Oh, should we try? So, do you want to look at this stuff? We started working on this.
Let's this is pretty cool. So we have a curriculum that we've written for our Programming 101 kits.
Guides here.
And so we have 2 tracks we've been doing. We've got kind of a more academic track where it's really the nuts and bolts of programming. Like 3 weeks worth of that stuff.
Yeah.
And we're doing a second track, which is more project-based learning. Hey, Pete, would you drop off the brown dog gadgets on the bottom?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Where's that one?
You got to print. No, I meant like the browndoggadgets.com. There we go. We got an overlay.
I'm still here. Okay.
Right.
I know what we're doing. Anyway.
So we also have the second track, which is more project-based learning, which is more that like just having the kids sit down and make something and learn through doing.
Yeah.
And so Pete's been going through and writing code, making diagrams, doing projects for these, and they're numbered kind of in a sequential.
Yeah.
What makes sense as you're learning things like
there's a bunch of them.
Push button with an LED, 4 push buttons with 4 LEDs, that kind of thing, where it's all through our Crazy Circuits robotics board. Mm-hmm. And this is like the first pass. We still got to go through and add video and photos in there as well. But yeah, this is a first pass, and so there's code up there as well for all these diagrams.
We'll be listing out all the parts you need. Everything here links to code we have as well for each one.
It's all free too, by the way. So whether or not you're using our stuff or like a regular off-the-shelf Arduino.
Can you read that? What does that
say? These resources. There we go. These resources are free to use for educational purposes.
Purposes. Come on, I spelled it right. Anyway.
I know.
All right, let's go back here. All right. Well, did that work? All right. We're back. Somewhat.
It's doing the web thing was something you were trying. So let's get the overhead again. Overhead, Josh.
Overhead, Josh. There we go. Ooh, there we go. What else? Okay, just wanted to share that, Josh. Thank you.
There you go. Let's throw a logo back on there again.
Logo. We can get a logo.
Which is right there.
Here we go. Whatever. It's Friday.
So we're doing that with our Programming 101 kits, and the same kind of thing we're going to be doing with our microbit kits later as well.
Yes.
Because this right here would be equivalent to kind of like that 4 LED 4 push button approach, except there's just more of it.
Yeah.
But with our microbit board, which we're working on and looking to do production on shortly, we're getting some final prototype, like finished samples made up right now, which are surprisingly expensive. Yay! That's what your money's being spent on. So we can get some nice finished boards from China to make sure they work and look nice before we get the production run done, which is substantially cheaper.
We want to get it right. That's the important part.
Yes, because we're just... Yeah, we like this, and we got a little it's a relay here and making sure everything works out fine. And I think this is our biggest board to date. Just as things go, it's like an 11 by 6. Our other biggest board is like 11 by 5, so it's slightly larger, but Lego stud size, 11 by whatever, whatever. And of course the microbit.
That's how we measure things
in Lego. Actually, all of our Crazy Circuits parts are in our like GitHub files are like 2 by 3 size because. We have like several versions of a few parts where they're 2 by 2s. We even have like some 1 by 2s, like different versions of the same part.
Yeah.
Just as we tried things out. So we have like our surface mount LEDs have like a 1 by 2, a 2 by 2. We have like a 2 by 3 for something.
Well, that's how you explain Lego bricks, right? By the size. I mean, 2 by 2, 2 by 3, whatever.
And by color.
Yeah,
and
Josh.
Star sign.
Cat wants free is a teacher's favorite word.
I thought that was wine, if I remember correctly. A teacher's favorite word is wine.
That's on the weekends, probably.
Red wine? It's been a while since I had to deal with a classroom.
Yeah.
But so, we're working pretty heavily on getting this, our microbit, our bit board is what we're going to call it, Crazy Circuits Bit Board, because that sounds like a good name.
Yeah.
And it's trademark free. So we're going to get just some final stuff done up with this and then have some final prototypes in like 4 to 6 weeks in hand and then start producing these little guys, hopefully. But yeah, they've been working out really well in shop, a lot of testing on these, a lot of making up projects. And Pete going through and doing the curriculum with the Arduino stuff has been, he's doing the programming and the code. Andy, our curriculum writer, is going to go through and do some a little bit of curriculum, little student work for those. Then he's going to start the same kind of stuff, doing the same, I imagine most of the same activities, and then some more with sensors and servos, which I don't have any here in front of me, whatever. with that same approach with our bitboard later, so that when our classroom set and our standalone set come out, that you can just like roll with it.
Yep.
We'll have a bunch of activities and whatnot up there for free, and video clips, and then we're just going to keep adding to that as we go along. This year is just getting this first batch up, and then next year kind of maybe doing some more instructional videos for those where we introduce things and go over all that fun stuff. So
yeah.
that's yeah. So and sorry about the break there. If you're actually if you like the couple people who are like, are you guys streaming? We're like, oh yeah, we're behind today.
Yeah.
And our computer conked out on us.
Thanks to Kat and their science club. I don't know if Kat, little kitty cat person. I don't know.
Meow.
So
person next to your heartbeat, because you love the cats.
I do
He's
like
a cat person.
Cats, yeah.
He's got like what, 30 now?
No. There's 3 cats.
It's 3.
I have a cat. My wife has a cat, and her cat has a cat. So there's 3 total.
Yeah. How many dogs my dog has? None, because he's a dog. He's just like
he wants one. Maybe
he just
a dog.
needs cuddles.
He wants a kitten.
But anywho, so yeah, we'll have this available here. Our goal is to have these ready for sale in like Q4, so October, November, December, definitely by Christmas time.
Yeah.
And having this available, and then having up that curriculum, because once Pete got going with that, the hard part is doing the diagrams.
Yeah.
Most of the time the code is pretty straightforward, but it's the diagrams and then the curriculum and then a video clip and a picture. There's a lot of like, little steps along the way for that, amongst all the other stuff we do around here. But there we go.
Good.
Yay!
What's happening next week?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to call up some people, see if Matthew from Squishy Circus want to do a live stream again with us. Because it's been a while. I like cycle through the guests, like, every 6 weeks we talk to Ken from Tiny Circuits.
Yeah.
Ken!
Yeah.
Hang out with us.
Maybe Kat wants to be a guest.
Kat, do you want to come and hang out with us in the Science Club, Cat Science Club? Show us some science in the club. Yeah. Oh, we are. What? Is it next week? No.
Yes, when? The 15th?
Shoot, I totally forget now.
What do you...
Yeah, I should write those down. So we're doing some more live streaming for Maker Shed and Maker Camp. I think that's like
the 15th, next Wednesday.
Oh gosh, it is next week Wednesday at noon Central, 10 Pacific, 1 Eastern.
Yeah.
And no one cares about Mountain Time. Do you always know that thing?
Really?
Think about that. It was like, oh, it's 10/9 Central, and everyone's like, okay, cool. You're like, well, what about Mountain? Or they put Pacific on there, but
no one really lives there.
People in Colorado don't really exist. It's like Finnish people.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna do that, and we'll see about getting one of our people we know on. But we'll be posting more projects, especially with this, as we kind of get closer to like a September, October time period.
Totally.
But I want to make sure we keep showing this off because this is really cool. We really like it, and we like the microbit as a platform and bring it into the Lego-based Crazy Circuits environment, or even doing stuff on paper, because doing this stuff on paper is pretty easy as well. Just literally doing this, but on paper, because you just run your connections onto here. Though I used a piece of like rolled up tape to just stick down the board somewhere, like just some clear tape, like you're on the cardboard, you're not going anywhere. But after a couple of pieces are on, you're good. But yeah, I mean, Pete built this up a while ago as just as a test, so we could test out all the pins on here. Yeah, and it works well. Actually, I keep talking about how awesome this thing is, but
that thing is pretty awesome. I wonder if you can attach power to it somehow.
It's almost as if I have a power source right here.
Yeah. Does that one have the right?
Oh shoot! No, it might not be the right microbit. That's the problem.
Yeah, we got a bunch laying around.
I think I took it out and did a different microbit. That would actually be helpful, wouldn't it, if I had the right microbit?
The right code on there. Let's try that one.
There we go.
There you go.
The wrong microbit.
Yeah.
We should really label them.
I mean, most people don't have like a dozen microbits laying around, as we do sometimes.
Oh, I guess are we missing an LED there? We might be. No, we are missing an LED. There's an empty spot.
We may have taken one
for different project
for something else.
This just sits up on the shelf. We have a bunch of demos on the well organized shelves.
We have demos that we take apart, demos that we leave put together, and demos that we steal parts from. So it's fun.
It's all digital.
Yeah. What are the last 2 buttons do on the right? Oh, you got like an alternating thing going there. Oh, the light chase going. Very cool.
Like Christmas on the table.
In July. Because it's July.
On that fun note, thanks for watching our Friday Hangout, and hopefully your computer won't crash again. It's only happened like Happened once before, didn't it?
And twice in the last couple months.
Well, we're doing it
bad.
a couple months.
Not bad.
Right? Considering it, I just restarted it too before we started the live stream. We're gonna end. Whatever.
Mistake.
Thanks,
All right,
everybody. We'll be back
okay.
next week on
All
Tuesday
right,
at 3
goodbye.
Central. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Credits.
Thanks for watching. Please visit browndoggadgets.com for parts, projects, and curriculum. Follow us on social media at browndoggadgets. Check out our live streams at Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We'll see you next time.